Josh Allen and the red-hot Buffalo Bills will host Tua Tagovailoa and the slumbering Miami Dolphins on Thursday Night Football from Orchard Park in Buffalo. We have to start with the Miami Dolphins and not the reigning MVP because the end of that game, Miami's driving, the kickoff, short of the landing zone. Miami with the big completion. Achane continues his great day against New England. They're driving. The game is at home. It's not like you're dealing with crowd noise. Ball's at the 26-yard line, and we get back-to-back pre-snap penalties. And you're looking at 1st and 20. This cannot happen. You're 0-1, divisional game against New England. You're fired up. Those are the key moments where teams show what they're made of, and Miami disintegrated. That falls down to coaching. Now, this will not be a video ripping apart Mike McDaniel, because remember, they extended him because of the back-to-back playoff appearances. That's why. He hasn't become a dumber guy over the last couple of seasons, or is now, than he was a couple of years ago. It's the personnel that are on the field in a matter of the guys executing. On the other side of things, the Buffalo Bills fans are certainly having a different perspective than they had when they were down 15 points in the fourth quarter against the Baltimore Ravens week 1. It looked like the game was over. Fans are heading for the exits. Miraculous comeback, and now they are considered the best team in football with the best quarterback in football. I would slow down a little bit of that talk early in the season. Baltimore's a good team. Did they blow it? Yes. Still, though, I would agree Josh Allen is the best quarterback in football. This is a matchup between two teams that are going in completely different directions, and I cannot help but feel that even though that there is a spread of 10.5 points for this game, it seemingly looks like that will not be enough. Miami heading into a hostile environment. Their one biggest key factor here, number one, has to be the acquisition of Minkah Fitzpatrick, bringing him into that secondary, as well as Kenneth Grant in the interior of that defense. These guys need to have impacts. When you bring guys in the offseason, you need them to be impact, effective players on your team now, not next year, not in 2 years, but now for these games. We just need to see them show up. Because the biggest knock for the Buffalo Bills, and Buffalo Bills fans watching this would agree, that the outside weapons are very good. But Josh Allen elevates the level of all of the players around him. He's got a great offensive line. The run game is always there for him. He's creating James Cook in the good back. But he's elevating those weapons. We loved what we saw from Keon and Coleman in week 1. Establishing, carving out a role in this offense as the number 1 receiver. Replacing the production that you lost when you said goodbye, see ya, to Stephon Diggs. Now, if I'm Miami, that's what you're honing into. You're talking about the positives, the approach to this game. It's a short week for Buffalo, just as the short week for us. How do we take advantage? Well, you have to sit back in zones. You cannot let Josh Allen beat you with his legs in this game. I am not taking my chances with Keon Coleman with one-on-ones on the outside. Make Josh Allen sit there in the pocket and rely on your interior pass rush. That's the key for Miami. We're already coming out with it because that is really the only way that we can talk about the offense we want. Of course, the weapons there. This team is still incredibly explosive. Waddle, Hill, Achane, arguably the best receiving back in football. I'd put him up amongst the likes of a Christian McCaffrey or a Saquon Barkley. The guy's just productive. Getting him the football will be very clear. Miami can put up points. Even against a Buffalo defense that is one of the best in the league, Miami can put up points. Don't be fooled by the Baltimore Ravens dropping 40 on Buffalo in week 1 that this is a bad defense. No. They're a team that couldn't stop Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson, and that explosive juggernaut. It happens to just about everybody. Just ask NFC teams that have played Lamar Jackson. It happens to everyone. So for Miami, it comes down to the defense. I believe they can put up points. believe they can get out there and put up 20 points in this football game. I am confident that they will have opportunities to get the football down the field, that Tua Tagovailoa will have time to throw, sit in the pocket, deliver accurate balls down the field. I mean, the number one thing for him, I remember looking back a couple days ago, because I was like, Tua, like what's changed? What did we see a couple weeks ago in that opening game, week 1? What did we see there that we lost? So I went back and watched the game where he was playing quarterback against the LSU Tigers, and out there for him, there's Henry Ruggs, and obviously he's playing with such talent. The defense is great, and it's like, what happened? It's confidence. That's really all it is. It's a guy that's lost his confidence. I mean, again, that last possession of the game against New England, they're there in position. We've got pre-snap penalties. You have to cut out that stuff. You can't be hurting yourself. And people are trying to throw McDaniel under the bus and Tua and move. Like, this is a very winnable game. You're almost in a position where you got your first divisional game of the year and you're 1-1. Now you got another divisional game against Buffalo. It's on the road, but hey, go out there and compete. So this entire narrative here have to settle down. For Miami fans, I'm talking you down the ledge because I believe you need it. For Buffalo, it's a game that you're expecting to win by a big margin. But I'm telling you, the expectations of that and blowing this Miami team out, not so fast, as Lee Corso likes to say. People say that as Lee Corso like to say. Come on. Lee Corso, I guarantee you, is still coming out here saying, not so fast, my friend. That's exactly what I'm saying. Miami's a better football team. You go walk down that roster player for player than anyone is giving them credit for right now. I feel bad because they are so much fun to watch when this offense is clicking and it's in rhythm and the pre-snap motion and they're gelling together. But it's very clear this is not a unit right now that's in sync, and that you have a full-fledged team like the Buffalo Bills on the road, Thursday night atmosphere. What it means is you can't have a slow start like you have had the past 2 weeks where the game's just over. Indeed, that game's over. You got no shot. We're not playing competitive football in the fourth quarter against the New England Patriots. What are we doing with this start? You can't start that slow against a divisional opponent. New England goes right down the field, touchdown. You go 3 and out, punt. They go down the field, touchdown, 12-0. Second quarter, you get a great response, and you find yourself right there the rest of the game. But you can't start down 12-0. That first possession, you get the football, go get 3. Buffalo gets the ball. Do not let them go down the field and get 6 or 7 points on the board. Hold them to 3 points or force a punt. It's intensity from the gate, and we haven't seen Miami to start off the season bring that intensity. Now, for the Buffalo Bills, because enough about the Miami Dolphins in that sense, let's talk about some real X's and O's. This is the type of game where you prove it in some capacity that these weapons are legit. And I love Keon Coleman. We know the background of Michigan State, former basketball player, the jump balls. But I would like to see Keon Coleman create his own separation, intermediate down the field, where he doesn't have to rely on his freak 40-inch vertical ability to go up there and dunk a basketball if it was on a 12 and a half foot hoop. Creating separation in his own right. Getting the tight ends more involved, because when Kincaid and Dawson Knox are flowing, this offense is so dangerous when you're running out there and one running back in 2 tight end sets, and you're going power, and you have the play action off of that, and Josh Allen's under center. It's very scary for defenses because you're putting them in such hesitant spots where they're on their heels. They have to respect the run game. You've got a great offensive line, and you're able to have the action off of that. And there's Josh Allen rolling to the right side, and he's got all day. He's got the option to run. He's got his tight end underneath Kincaid. He's got Shakir over the middle of the field, Coleman. That's exactly why the Miami Dolphins can't be running man coverage. They'll get decimated, in my opinion. Buffalo, just schematically matching up, their players have an advantage in man. They're just more physical up front. I'm questioning Miami's manhood right now. I'm saying that Buffalo is a more physical team. They have had more heart so far. This team has outmanned other people Do what the Baltimore Ravens did and punch them in the mouth hard. Drive their nose through the back of the head when you're learning how to punch. You don't just hit someone in the nose, you drive it through the back of their head. And that's what you have to do to Buffalo. The first snap of the game, that's why I'm saying Kenneth Grant, the rookie, the young player, setting the tone, establishing it from the beginning of the game. For Buffalo, though, I don't see a way that they're a struggle against Miami from what we have seen so far on the day. I initially thought this would be a 24-point blowout. But after looking back and watching that game against New England through, and New England is a team that I have going 9-8 on this season. I've got some respect for that team and for Vrabel, what they're going to do. I'm going to change my pick, but I still have the Buffalo Bills covering and winning by 14 points by a margin of 31-17. That's what I'm expecting. James Cook, establish that run early if you're the Buffalo Bills. The play action off of it. We're trying to get Keon Coleman his one-on-ones. Over the middle of the field, Shakir. 2 targets last week? Sure, I know you ran for 224 yards. The game plan did not allow for you to try and attack. Running for 5 yards to carry. The Jets with one of the ugliest first quarters as an offense you'll ever see. 3 and out, fumble, 5 plays, punt. The game was over in the first 15 minutes. As a fan, that's as fun as it gets for you for Buffalo. But I've got the Buffalo Bills 31-17. Fired up. AFC matchups are fun. They have been fun for a long time. It just makes you think about that snowy game. Miami, Buffalo, they're competing for the divisional spot. It looks like the winner of that game comes down to a late game-winning field goal for Buffalo a few years ago. It's like, what happened to that Miami team, that version? Because there's a lot of the same players on this unit that were there. How do we get back to that? Whereas for Buffalo, it's keeping the pedal down, having to win these games within the division. Just clearly, just pull ahead. Pull ahead. Get to 2-0 in the division, 3-0 in the conference. Keep your pace, because there are looming matchups with the Kansas City Chiefs coming up in a little bit here down the line when you face off with them in the beginning of November. After this one, it looks like New Orleans will be a win for you. Spencer Rattlers look good, but Buffalo, the identity, what they will be. Miami, though, we're not even going to talk about their future games. You can't go 0-3. Teams that have gone 0-3 have never won a Super Bowl. Chances of making the playoffs are, 2%. That's what the expectations were for the Dolphins coming into the season. So we're not going to talk about future games. Their future is Thursday. That is it. If you're watching this on Thursday, it's today. If you're watching Tuesday, on Wednesday, it is the game on Thursday. That is their season. Find a way to come up with a massive win on the road. Don't think they were, but please let me know down below in the comments who wins this game and why. Do you agree, disagree overall? Let me know your thoughts. What is the problem with Miami? And is Buffalo legitimately have what it takes to go out there, not just get to the Super Bowl, but win that thing this season? Let me know all that stuff down below. I appreciate you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe for more football videos in the future. We make NFL college content every single day, and I will see you next time. Appreciate it. Best player in college football. That Georgia and Ohio State game, New Year's Eve, is going to be a classic.
Josh Blunder. Hi, everybody. I'm Josh Blunder. To the 40, 35, 30. Espinosa to the 20.